not so quick from the man behind the madness. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Rory McDonald.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, genuinely, all for being here. This is something new. This is something unique. This is something cool. And this is something that's deeply connected to my background and where I am today. I started as a wrestler. I wrestled all through high school, all through university. I won a national championship, and I think the most attention I ever got was a $5 medal in a sweaty gym. I transitioned over to MMA, and I was immediately showered with attention and showered with praise. It's shocking to me that wrestlers don't expect that praise. I had a world champion, Alex Town, who's a world champion, told me that she was excited because she was going to have sponsors on the back of her singlet. That's obscene that an athlete that if she was that good at any other sport on earth would be a millionaire, that she's that excited about that type of attention. I can't make her a millionaire. I can start to bring the type of attention that I think wrestling deserves to a wider world, and you guys being here is a big part of that. This type of support from the community is incredible. We're going to do this again. I think already the attention that we're getting from this community makes it worthwhile. So this is the first step. This is the first step. Thank you again, guys. Make sure that you give these athletes the type of attention that they deserve based on this performance. We have everybody from 20 kilograms, you heard that correctly, 20 kilogram children, all the way up to world champion adult athletes. Make sure you give them all the same amount of attention. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, in our first match of the evening, please put your hands together for Theo Winata. Frost.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Hannah Taylor.
And I'm Richard.
And we're going to be commentating tonight. Right now we have Theo Winter and Erica Frost up first.
What's his name? Erica with a great takedown. Oh, she got behind, so they gave her 2 points. Oh. Big scramble. Theo lands on top, attempting a cross ankle. No exposure, so no points.
We have great hand fighting here for such a young age. Erica working hard for that takedown. Very nice.
Theo attempting the cross ankle once again.
Score is now 7-4 at the break. Great escape by Erica.
Great go behind by Erica.
This is a back and forth battle. Another great scramble here.
Seconds remaining.
Oh! Oh! Fantastic scrambling going on by these two young wrestlers.
Huge round of applause. Round of applause for both our competitors. That will likely be the toughest match of the night. And her opponent, Bronwyn McGregor.
They start the match off both with some heavy hands. Two-point go behind given to Tampret. Bronwyn with a great single leg attack.
Yep, she's looking to finish for 4.
Trips a leg, gets her 2 points. Now she's on top, she's looking for a turn. She's got the cross ankle. Now this is a deadly move. Once you get one, you can keep on turning. As long as Bronwyn keeps moving her feet, she'll keep being able to expose her for 2. Play's gone out of bounds. Both are going to go back to center. Oh,
Shoulder throw attempt there.
oh. Oh. Attempt of a fireman's.
Time.
Is there any points?
Great job by the ref, stopping for safety and for the clock.
Start of the second round. Oh. Brownie's got her down. Attempt to pin. A pin is when 2 shoulder blades touch. The ref called the pin. Final score is 10-4. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is brought to you by one of our premier sponsors today, Takedown Distribution. This is Canada's combat sports gear provider. They're super excited to be here. This is right in line with their brand, right on what they do. They pride themselves in providing the best pricing on wrestling, grappling, CrossFit, fitness, cardio equipment, weight equipment, mats, MMA products, and more. They carry everything from defense soap, which everyone in here who trains should be using, to freestyle wrestling gear, a variety of other different wrestling products, raw grip, liquid chalk, boxing, MMA, anything you need. If you want to be involved in the combat sports world, please head over there, check them out, place an order. We're keeping it rolling along. Our next match of the evening. our first competitor, wrestling out of the red corner, Owen Marshall.
This is match number 3.
Oh, great snap down. Recover. Oh, big 5 thrown. Apologies, the ref actually only gave him 2.
I know. Score is now 2-0.
BJJ clothing brand. You can check them out on Instagram at High Rollers BJJ. Rash guards are available there and on Facebook or outside at the booth if there are any left. So at some time during the night on a break, head over there, take a peek, say hi, and give them a follow. Grappling out of the red corner, Stacy McNeil.
grappler and blacks doing a great job here, keeping that one leg hooked in here.
But we look like we're back. My name is Hannah Taylor.
I'm Richard Chatelet.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2.
And we're back now after some technical difficulties. Your commentators for the evening are myself, Nick Rowe.
Hi, I'm Hannah Taylor.
Hi, I'm Richard Chatelet.
And we're going to be the three voices with you guys for the rest of the evening. Here we are underway in men's 130 kilos. We are in the second round here with Roger Lee from Windsor Wrestling Club facing his opponent from the Independent Wrestling Club, Luciano Icobelli. Icobelli currently leading 9-3 with a minute 15 remaining in the match. It's been a very high-scoring match for heavyweights. These guys have been very athletic and moving the entire time. Lee is right now digging in double underhooks here, trying to create some sort of action. The referee, Luke Roberts, warning the wrestler in blue to keep his head up to continue the action. Lee again digs in those double underhooks. If he steps in here, he can create a throwing opportunity. Oh. He's running on short time here. He's got to get some movement as they both come towards the out of bounds area in the zone. Lee looking for a nice inside leg trip. Icobelli counters, looking for a suplex, but he'll only get two. Taking the lead 11-3 with less than 30 to go. There's been some great movement here by heavyweights. Not often you see that there's that high score of a match with heavyweights. Wouldn't you agree, Richard?
I do agree. There's actually been a lot of action. But very surprising. These two young men do have a lot of energy. Right now, Lee is behind. He needs to score. A missed throw right there. He's now trying to most likely pin his opponent. If he pins his opponent, no matter what the points is, he will win. 5 seconds remaining.
And that'll do it for this 130-kilo bout. I'm back on. It's back on there.
Your winner, Luciano Grappling.
So as soon as he starts talking, I don't know.
Didn't you hear us though?
No. And then, no, and then in the stream, yeah, we can hear. Yeah, we're hearing you fine. It's
Our
just
next match of the evening is taking place in the
yeah,
same
at the end you can hear that.
and it's brought to us by a company that has a long history and tradition of partnering with Parabellum, and that is the good folks over at Stitch King Tattoo. They're located in Streetsville, Mississauga. It's a custom tattoo body modification studio. If you've been to the gym, you've seen their work on display several times. They do a great job. All of the coaches sport at least one piece from them. If you want any more information, you can go to their website. The shop's run by their lovely shop manager, Savannah, and she is happy to take care of any of your questions.
No, that's the biggest did I see on the screens at least? What weight class? It doesn't say close. 61 kilos.
Wrestling. Out of the red corner, Nathan Mitrovich. Out of the blue corner, Anthony Di Maria.
Oh, knee pads. Is Nathan Mitrovic. Di Marina in deep on a shot. He gets the first points taken on the board. Going up 4-0, looking to lock up an arm trap here. He's doing a lot of forward driving. There's another additional 2 for exposing the back on the roll. He's got his opponent in trouble here. It's a quick 6-1 lead. 6-0 lead, sorry.
He's really trying to take control of the match early, isn't he, Nick?
He's doing a great job so far. I mean, that's a pretty significant lead to be up in the first 40 seconds of the match. I love watching these weight classes. The guys get really scrappy and they're fast and they have fluid motions and it's just constant attacking. It's always something going on.
A lot of energy.
Yeah. Di Marina hitting a shuck by here, getting behind his opponent, and he'll go down for another 2 points.
He's got the arm trapped.
This could be it here with the additional tilt. And that'll do it. Your winner of this match by technical superiority, 10-0, Anthony Di Marina.
All right, we're going to take this time to talk about one of our sponsors, Locker Room Lager. The team Taste and Value is their logo. The boys at the Post Game Brewing Company have created this lager just for everyone in this room. The Locker Room Lager is a 4.2 that is all natural with no preservatives or additives. It's cold filter, providing a smooth, clean, and refreshing taste. Stop by the merchant store at postgamebrewing.com, or you can find it at the LCBO or beer store near you. We now have another great matchup with Julian Cato and Adriano Di Benedetto. This is going to be the 72-kilo fight coming up.
72 kilos? Cato, okay.
Our next match of the evening is taking place at 72 kilos. Wrestling. Out of the red corner, Julian Cato. And his opponent, wrestling out of the blue corner, Adriano Di Benedetto.
Here we go, underway, men's 72 kilos. All right, that's weird. Did not like that.
This is going to be a 3-minute round, and there's going to be 2 rounds. The younger age group went with the 2-minute rounds, and now we're up to the 3. Great initial scramble. Both of them are active with their hands and getting position and getting angles. We have Julian Cato trying for that 4 points and then get reversed for 1 point.
Lots of activity early on here by the two wrestlers. Is it coming on?
Great high gut. It looks tight. And he's going over again for 2. And again for 2. His ability to keep that lock tight and roll it for 2 points each time was impressive. Wrestlers are in the center now, 7-4 for Adriano Di Benedetto.
Cato trailing by 3 right now. Yes.
That's a great 2-point fireman's carry. He's now going to work towards the lace. If he can get a lace on, it's very difficult to stop.
Cato's now closed the lead down to 6-7, only trailing by 1 point with 1:15 remaining in the first period. Both wrestlers doing a good job of staying in the center, maintaining a low base. A nice shuck by attempt here by Cato as Adriano tries to get out, and he'll take another 2 points, taking the lead 9-6.
Right to that high gut once again. And that will be 2.
Good job here by Di Benedetto using his feet to drive. So each time he drives off his feet, he's getting that exposure on his opponent, and it's added up into him getting an impressive 15-6 score.
Majority of his points have come from the high gut. That's why the ground game is so important in this sport. Your ability to close the gap early on in the round comes from ground positions. 10 seconds left. The score is now 15-6.
You gotta love these smaller weights where you get these incredible scramble positions, these high-scoring matches. That's over 20 points scored within 3 minutes by both these athletes. And Kato won't be given the 2 points at the end of that period as they go into the 30-second break.
He did a great job of not getting broken down at the very end. With 3 seconds left, he held that. A difficult position to not get broken down from. Both wrestlers looking winded after that really impressive first round. 3 minutes of hard wrestling. For those who know the sport, that is a difficult task to do. Score 15 points or 6 points in 1 round. Super great.
I say stuff all the time. I'm like, why did I say that? I never say that. Why did I say that? Back underway here in period 2. A slick shot right off the bat here by Kato, but a nice counter here by Di Benedetto.
Great scramble going on. No points have been awarded yet.
Kato in deep on the shot, but getting a lot of hip pressure here from his opponent in blue.
Adriano only needs 1 more point to tech him. Goes behind for 2. Adriano won by a technicality.
Your winner, Adriano Di Benedetto.
Yeah, that's
This one will at least have action. Oh, the last one was good. It was just like the one going people.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do one more match, and then we'll take a quick 5 to 10 minute intermission. This match is taking place in the 29-kilo division. Wrestling. Out of the red corner, Cole Sadie. And his opponent, wrestling out of the blue corner, Lucas George.
Here we go in what could be very possibly the cutest match of the night in this 29-kilogram boys match.
I'm not sure about that, as my boyfriend will be wrestling later this evening.
And here we get a push out right away from Cole Sadie, going up 1-0 early. Nice reattack here on the blue wrestler. George looking to convert on the points. No points yet. A lot of scrambles here. George taking the lead 2-1.
An important thing to remember in this match is that each of the wrestlers cannot go around the head, as it's an age group requirement to not do that. So the ref, great with safety there, warned Cole Sadie about the head.
play went out of bounds. They brought him back to center.
Again, more awesome motion here from these two little guys here as Lucas George looks to again go up by another 2 points. He's locked on a half Nelson here, trying to crank it over the head, but they go back up to standing. Ooh. Gotta love how active these little guys are.
Each of the wrestlers are great at listening to their coaches. You can see them looking over and then going exactly for what their coach had just said. Their ability to keep learning and going out throughout the match and just getting after it is amazing.
The red wrestler Cole Sadie powers through there, getting an additional 2 points here as he looks to crank his opponent over right at the out of bounds. But the referee will call a stop to the action. Another very high scoring first period here with over 13 points scored in less than 15 seconds ago. Another 4 points here put on the board by Cole Sadie. And then I'll
Heading into the second round.
scored within that time frame.
We're going to take the time in between the intermission to talk about a sponsor. High Rollers, Canadian BJJ clothing brand. Follow them on Instagram at High Rollers BJJ.
Back to the center into a great stance. Both wrestlers keep going for that double. We have to be super careful this evening as the mat does not have much surrounding support, and as it's a lifted stage, these wrestlers could go flying off the stage into the crowd if the ref is not safe. Score is now 11-8, and Cole is looking for that pin. That pin is secure and tight. Great match. A hard-fought battle at the end trying to get out of that pin. Unfortunately, it was a bit too tight, and Lucas could not escape. Great match. Cole Sadie with the W, 11-8, and the pinfall.
Thank you both, boys. We're now going to take a quick intermission. If you want to use the bathroom, grab a drink, please do so. Be sure to head over and check out, pick up one of our sponsors, I suppose is more appropriate. A huge thank you to Locker Room Lager, Team Taste and Value. These guys have been on board since the very first Parabellum quintet. They have places right there. So please head over there, grab one. A couple of tables is sampled more than others. You can ask them for their opinion. And we're very, very happy to have you.
Okay, guys, I just wanted to take a minute and talk about some of the sponsors that we had for this event. As I said at the start of the night, it was the biggest challenge I had in this event was winning people over to my way of thinking, and a few of the sponsors jumped on board very early. Mike Marchand from Takedown Distribution jumped on board 4 or 5 months ago before anybody had any idea what this was, and that kind of got this off the ground. Under the Gi. So Under the Gi is the company that makes the rash guard, or the singlets and the rash guards that are being worn tonight. It's a local company. All the manufacturing is done locally with one exception. All the material that they use for their singlets and rash guards are made from plastics pulled out of the ocean. I like a company that thinks that way. Local as much as possible, or they make a global impact in a positive way. Skintricate Tattoos. They've been on board right from day one with no matter what we've done. They've done a bunch of art on me and my dad and my business partners. They're family. They're not even really a sponsor. They're family. High Rollers, again, another jiu-jitsu company that supported wrestling. And then the delicious beer that you guys are enjoying is Locker Room Lager. Hamilton kid lives in Oakville now. Drove over from his house to drop it off. So make sure you pick it up at the LCBO or the beer store when you see it. Thanks very much.
Our next match is a grappling super fight. Competing out of the competing out of the red corner, Dwayne Hines. And his opponent, out of the blue corner, Michael Bullock. A reminder, this is an 8-minute straight super match.
That's Dwayne Hines and Michael.
We're back after the break. Right now we have in red Dwayne Hines and in black Michael Bullock.
You can see that jiu-jitsu players aren't nearly as concerned defending a takedown, where they'll actually concede going to their back in order to get a better advantage fighting for a submission. Michael really is in a bad position here. This is called a north-south choke. Dwayne's got to sag his weight straight back. This is a carotid choke. So you can see he's in, keeping that shoulder blade off the mat is an important part of defending this. It's actually one of the most fundamental similarities between jiu-jitsu and wrestling is the idea of keeping a strong position with your shoulder blades off the mat. Nice escape from Mike. When jiu-jitsu players go out of bounds, they don't come back in a neutral position. They come back in the same position that they had established on their way out. So Michael playing an open guard here, looking for a knee shield. Michael needs to create a little bit of space here if he's going to attack. Dwayne's doing a good job isolating the hip by lacing his arm through. There's leg lock opportunities here for Dwayne in the red. Michael should be looking to control the outside wrist. There's a triangle in play. Dwayne Hines is a professional MMA fighter with a record of 10-1. Phenomenal athlete, wrestled NC2A in the States and has subsequently transitioned to other combat sports. Again, coming back to the idea that putting your athlete on his shoulders is a good, solid position to attack from. You can see Dwayne looking to flatten Mike out and successfully pass his guard. It's a very strong position for Dwayne Hines. Again, one of the crossover details between wrestling and jiu-jitsu is how important head control can be for both athletes. If you control your opponent's head, you control the rest of their body as well. Fundamental idea in attacking wrestling and also in passing and controlling guard. I've seen these two compete before. Dwayne's he likes to play possum, play slow, and attack pretty intensely in the last 30 to 60 seconds. So again, Dwayne playing past Michael Bullock's guard. Neither guy in a very strong position to submit. Dwayne in a stronger control position, but will certainly need to advance to threaten any kind of submission. And in a match with no points, the positional game is only as important as the opportunities it provides in terms of finishing your opponent. You can see Dwayne coming back to this north-south position, looking again for that modified guillotine choke. Michael Bullock probably a little bit more aware of it this time, trying to control the hips. If Dwayne doesn't close that space, he might deal with Mike rolling up and trying to get those hooks in. It can be a sneaky back take from this position. Dwayne did a good job killing those hands off the hips. And there you go, Mike trying to use those long, gangly legs.
Push that to the other side of the elbow.
Very nice. The arm, he seems pretty happy. Sometimes jiu-jitsu players will play through that range of motion a lot more, and these guys aren't frivolous with their bodies. In a match like this, it's unlikely that they'd allow themselves to get damaged just to avoid embarrassment.
So the kid was supposed to give me my singlet. Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep. And again, we want to thank Rory McDonald, the organizer of this entire event, for his great expertise there on jiu-jitsu, as we, as wrestlers, don't exactly have that same kind of expertise with their sport. He's very, very in-depth with his knowledge of all the intricacies of the sport, and it was great having him there to give his interpretation of how that match went, and a very exciting match as it did finish with a submission.
Our next match of the evening is a wrestling bout taking place at 78 kilos. This match is brought to you by Virus Performance Apparel. You can check them out online at their official store, virusinternational.ca. Wrestling, out of the red corner, Anthony Romero.
What's Romero's record?
And his opponent, wrestling out of the blue corner, Jamal Richet.
Romero from the Niagara region currently sports a 6-0 record in MMA.
Both wrestlers are looking for the control.
Both wrestlers just filling each other out here in the early seconds of this match here. Jamal looking to get these elbow ties going off here as he shoots in a straight double, and the action goes out of bounds for the first point scored. Romero here digging in a deep underhook. He's got a knee tap here. And a beautiful throw here by Jamal Richez. So 4 points, now taking the lead 5-0 here. Amazing throw. Look at the athletic ability there displayed by Richards. And the action's called. Very impressive indeed. Both athletes clearly very explosive, and that just shows you how quickly a match can go. Romero's going to look here to get some sort of offense going.
Coming back from a 9-0 point deficit is going to be difficult. If Romero can get down on the ground and sink in a high gut or a loose ankle or any other ground move, it's likely that he could come back from this.
Yeah. And Richards again on the shot. 1 point out of balance, and that'll do it. Technical superiority here. A great display of wrestling here by the MMA athlete here in Jamal Richet. Great job by both these athletes. Again, going outside their comfort zone, not participating in a sport that they are strictly dedicated to, but it's still great to see their ability to fight through and put on a show here for us today.
Hey guys, I just wanted to take a minute and chat about a charity that's coming up. March 29th, the Toronto Police Service is holding a roll-a-thon. So I know we've got a lot of jiu-jitsu as well as wrestling athletes in the gym. It's an open roll. All proceeds go to Sick Kids Hospital. It's 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. All skill levels welcome, and it's the Toronto Police College. Okay, so if you want to show up, do some training, donate some money, it's for a great cause. So make sure that you show up. That is March 29th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at the Toronto Police College. Thank you.
Our next contest is a wrestling match taking place at 65 kilos. Wrestling out of the red corner, Chris McIsaac. His opponent wrestling out of the blue corner, Elvir Ozenovich.
Here we go, men's 65 kilos, the Brock athlete Chris McIsaac, your Canada Olympic Trials finalist, and Elvir Juzanovic from Guelph. Nice low shot here from McIsaac right off the bat. Both athletes still kind of filling each other out here. I'm unsure whether they've wrestled in the past before, but they've seen each other wrestle enough times to have a very general idea of what the other attacks are. Another low shot here by Juzanovic. Deep on the leg as they go to an out-of-bounds position, potentially. Good scrambling on McIsaac to keep his feet from going out of bounds. But Juzanovic still here in the advantage position as McIsaac looks to circle in. Doing a great job here. You'll notice how he's lowering his base in order to stop Elvir from being able to overpower him and take him out of bounds. Doing a great job there as they go back to the central. And the ref here, Adam Baxter, will give Chris McIsaac his first warning to get some activity going. Chris McIsaac is a Parabellum Quintet veteran as he wrestled at the last event, facing off against one of McMaster's athletes. Chris was successful with them, so we'll see then if he can do it again today. Nice shuck by attempt here by McIsaac. And the ref's going to warn McIsaac again here. Chris McIsaac is now on the shot clock, so for those viewers who don't know what that means, he has been placed on an activity clock, meaning he has 30 seconds in which he has to score a point. If not, his opponent, Elvir, will be awarded 1 point. Nice level change here by Elvir. McIsaac looking to capitalize by locking on a front headlock. Chris is going to look to try to drag down the weight and try to get Elvir's head to the mat. If he can do that, he'll be able to improve his position, as Coach Calder just said, and be able to take his opponent and get him out. Chris really working the zone here, but Elvir doing a great job of staying up in his base. As time is winding down here, 4 seconds for McIsaac to score. And so with that, the time has expired on the activity clock, meaning Juzanovic from Guelph has gone up 1-0. Even though there hasn't been a lot of scoring going on this match, it has still been quite high action as McIsaac ends in deep on a shot, low ankle here.
Ivanovic now takes the front headlock. McIsaac doing a good job of posting on the hips. Ivanovic tries to sneak the front headlock, not able to do so.
Yeah, Chris did a really good job there by maintaining his base. As you can see the whole time, he kept his head above his butt, and that actually maintains a lot of stability, makes it really hard for his opponent to gain control.
Ivanovic here again controlling the match as they go to the out of bounds area, but time expires. Ivanovic taking the lead 1-0 going into the second period. McIsaac looking like his hand's in a little bit of pain here going into the period, but we'll see how that plays out for the second round. And a nice shot here by McIsaac, getting that low ankle. Look at him how he brings it up. He's going to try to table the leg here. He gets into a lower position stance, and now he's elevated Elvier's leg. Elvier trying a very fancy escape from there, but it doesn't work, and McIsaac able to take the lead now, 2-1. He did. It's impressive to see that kind of athletic display here from these athletes. You know, I've seen guys take that defensive high fly method and it works out for them. Sometimes it doesn't, but good job for Chris.
There's 2 minutes left in this round, and both wrestlers are actively hand fighting, looking for that snap, looking for the inside control, trying to advance their position to get an offensive takedown. Although there's only 2-1 score right now, both wrestlers have been super active with their hands this entire fight. For wrestlers out there watching, know how taxing this match would be. Ref is now warning blue for being defensive and not being as offensive as he should be.
A lot of that actually determines with who controls the center of the mat.
Absolutely. Your ability to back your opponent up to the end of the ring just shows how dominant you are at pushing and pulling and hand fighting.
Puts you more on the offensive instead of the defensive.
This is a close matchup. 1 minute left. Chris needs to get his head out and back in order to score from this position or even make it neutral. Great pick by Chris McIsaac. Elvier looks like he's sunk in a really tight front headlock. That entire scramble, 0 points awarded. Great effort by both wrestlers. 30 seconds left, 2-1 for Chris McIsaac of Brock University.
When it comes down to the late seconds of the round, it really comes down to who has the biggest heart to win it.
From personal experience, I've watched both these wrestlers duke it out, and I know that each of them have the ability to wrestle full 6 minutes, and as you can see here, they are. Great match and effort by both wrestlers this evening. That was an awesome display of what wrestling is. Super high intensity. Very impressive.
Your winner, making it 2-0 for his Parabellum events that he has participated in. Great thing about seeing both wrestlers who are very, very high class and being able to put it on the line for this kind of events. Amazing to be able to see that kind of activity.
And also the respect from both of them. Great handshake.
It was a fantastic handshake. guy. I wrestled him offset twice.
So it's a super fight?
The next match of the evening is a grappling super fight taking place at 65 kilos. This fight is sponsored by Under the Gi Apparel, who you heard Rory rave about earlier. Made in Canada, proudly designed, printed, cut, and sewn locally. Check them out online, on their social media, and a few of them are here. Introducing first, out of the red corner, Jeff Campbell. And his opponent, grappling out of the blue corner, Dorian Angerbauer. A reminder, this is an 8-minute continuous time super match.
So another submission-only grappling match. In the black, we have Dorian Angerbauer from Troop MMA in Sudbury, and in the red, we have Jeff Campbell from Guardhouse Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Both of these athletes have a wrestling background. Nick Rowe actually competed against Jeff Campbell.
Yeah, Jeff Campbell and I have actually had our fair share of battles over the years. In high school, we competed a lot back at 61 kilos, going back and forth, actually. One year, I beat Jeff for bronze at OFSA, and a nice takedown right off the bat here by Campbell, right into it, taking the back.
Nice, yeah, nice ankle pick, and immediately took the back in that scramble. Fighting for wrist control. Hand fighting from the back is significantly underrated as a finishing tool. Controlling your opponent's hands. You can see Dorian doing a good job clearing the grip off. Now looking for that knee bar.
I think Olivia, I'm getting updates from some friends in the computer, so I think it's because the one mic.
Dorian settling into Jeff Campbell's guard. Jeff has an overhook, which can be a threatening position. Dorian clearing that arm. Jeff looking for a lumberjack sweep and a leg entanglement. If Dorian can backstep over that ankle, he may be able to leg lock.
It's hard when they change.
One of the things to watch out for in jiu-jitsu is an alternating leg position. An alternating leg position is a trigger for leg lock attempts. If you see Jeff Campbell's guard open and maybe to attempt a sweep, playing reverse De La Hiva. Dorian Angerbauer is a professional MMA fighter as well as a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Both very accomplished combat sport athletes. You can see Jeff Campbell playing a modified X guard, looking for that leg lock entrance. That was a knee bar threat. And you see how quickly some of these jiu-jitsu players will swivel between positional attacks and submission threats.
It's interesting to be able to see from a wrestler's perspective how comfortable these athletes are with going on their back because they're not worried about being pinned as we are with wrestling. And then the use of their legs that they use almost like another set of hands. It's very unique to be able to see that from our perspective.
And Jeff Campbell isolating a triangle. He's going to be making an angle to his left with that underhook. That's a good finish position. That's a very good finish position. Threatening the arm as well as the strangle. Yeah, there he hit it. Nice work.
Another impressive finish here in these super fights in the last 2 nights that we've had.
And Nick, you said something interesting. It's absolutely true. I actually advocate for avoiding pinning positions with my jiu-jitsu players as well. If you're flat on your back in wrestling or jiu-jitsu or judo or sambo, you are losing. And that's true in any grappling martial art.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Our bout sponsor is Under the Gi Apparel. All product is actually made in Canada. Proudly designed, printed, cut, and sewn locally in Canada.
The guy wasn't about to take him down, but he just went into it.
I know why the mic turned off now. He turned it off.
Oh, Rory.
He probably did it the last time too.
Oh, yeah. No, I was still watching, bro. There's one more match.
Of the evening is a wrestling match at 65 kilos. Competing out of the red corner, Bojan Klanjakovic. His opponent, wrestling out of the blue corner, Tony Laramie.
Here we go, men's 65 kilos. Both athletes, again, coming from different sports, but having a wrestling background here. Tony Laramie, apparently a cadet world 5th place in the past. And Bojan in the blue singlet, also having a wrestling credentials as well. Nice fireman's attempt here from Laramie, but Bojan doing a great job of stuffing it and trying to move to a front headlock position here. But the referee calls to stop the action before he can continue for his 2 points. Great high amplitude takedown attempt there from Laramie. Only receiving 2 points for it, but again, just showing you how athletic he really is. You can see how powerful he is.
Securing another 2 on that gut wrench. Now coming to a neutral position. Both wrestlers are fighting to get control.
Bojan going for a front headlock attempt, not able to do so. Referee's calling it a slip throw, and the action goes scoreless and back to the feet.
.65 kilos is a great weight class. They are all strong and they're all super fast, and it's just a battle of who can be more physically fit and capable to take out their opponent. Great shock.
Beautiful knee tap there by Laramie, and you'll notice how he's working off of those underhook situations. He's been able to capitalize so far for every attempt he's gone for. Again, he's back here in the front headlock position.
Score is 6-0 with 1:31 to go.
Immediately there, Bojan gets in on a shot, but Larami able to counter again, highlighting that athleticism there. And with that tilt, that'll do it as he gets a technical superiority, going 10-0.
Great sportsmanship from Klin Djokovic.
This will be our last match before we head into our dual meet. This match is taking place at 63 kilos, and it's brought to you by 49 North Wrestling, your #1 source for Canadian amateur wrestling news and videos. Wrestling, out of the red corner, representing Brock, Jess Brule. Her opponent, wrestling out of the blue corner, Alex Town.
Evening.
And we're seeing lots of attacks early here. Jess Briette dragging down Alex Town into a front headlock position, something that Brock's known to be very strong for. But Town, again, showing great determination, not being able to drag down into that position.
Alex thrives on her ability to be so explosive, and Jess Briette from Brock University has some of the heaviest hands in the Brock room. Both very talented competitors.
Alex Town is known for its explosive takedowns, as we said. But Jess Briette gets in first on the leg here. It's for a single leg. We'll see if she can take the leg.
Right now it's tabled across the hip. Town doing a good job trying to get Briette will try to bring it across her hip to table it. Town doing a good job of trying to keep it on the outside of the leg, enabling Jess to be able to table it. Here we go. You see her drop down to try to take
the calf. But again, Town doing a great job. As she flattens out Briette, giving her an opportunity to be able to circle around and try to get her 2 points.
Jess is looking to stall this position out as she's going to keep holding onto that leg and eventually circle.
There we go. Town here gets the angle, and she's beaten Jespriette's shoulder, which allows her to get the takedown here. And Town, again, has a crazy tight gut wrench from all competitors I've ever heard say. And here she is looking to lock it on as she gets 2 points exposure on Jespriette, taking a 4-0 lead. 6 here now, again, showcasing the great ability of her gut wrench.
The important thing here is Jess has to keep readjusting. There she goes. She planted again. She planted again. However, Alex continued on with that tight grip. 8-0. 10-0.
And just like that, shows you how important ground wrestling can be. As Alex Town, with that one move, is able to protect Jespriette, an exceptionally high caliber wrestler here. This match did not disappoint. It showcased a lot of different athletic abilities by both wrestlers, but Town ended up being the victor.
Your winner, Alex Town.
This bout was sponsored by 49 North Wrestling, the #1 source for Canadian amateur wrestling news and videos.
To our last feature of the evening. This event is going to consist of a dual meet between McMaster University and Brock University. Essentially, it's going to be a best of 7. The wrestlers will compete to amass points for the team. At the end, we'll have a winner. Our first match will be wrestled at 57 kilos, representing McMaster, Francesco Fortino. His opponent, representing Brock University and wrestling out of the blue corner, Garrett Saunders.
And we're back with the first match of the dual meet format with Garrett Saunders from Brock University in the blue singlet and Francesco Fortino in the maroon singlet representing McMaster.
Gotta love these smaller weights, 57 kilos. These guys are firing off right off the bat. They're scrappy, lots of hand fighting, lots of movement. This is going to be a good one, folks. I got a feeling.
I agree. The fast twitch muscle fibers in each of these gentlemen is impressive.
Right away, Fortino looking to take a 2-on-1 here. Saunders able to fight his way out of it. Saunders, again, fast on that takedown attempt here, but Fortino doing a great job breaking him down, but unable to score on that scramble attempt.
"40 seconds in, and that was a big scramble. 0 points awarded at this moment.
Here we have the referee, Adam Baxter, warning the red wrestler for passivity as he's trying to get an increase in the action here in this match, but already a very high-paced match, as you can tell.
Both wrestlers are cycling their hands and looking for those angles and trying to hit the legs with accuracy and perfect timing. I don't know.
First 2 points of the match goes to Garrett Saunder. He is a 2019 U Sport silver medalist. So again, a very high caliber. I believe he was a junior national medalist as well this past year, placing second at junior nationals. And here he is locking on a gut wrench on the ground, trying to drive his feet. Unable to do so, and the action's called up.
Brock University and McMaster are two of the top wrestling schools in the Ontario region. It's likely that these two will meet at the OUA Championships and even at the U Sport Championships later this February.
Watching Fortino's shot there, Sanders is doing a good job of occupying his top hand and not letting Sanders be able to get it by. We call it like the comb-over method, to be able to pass Saunders' arm. He's doing a good job of keeping it so that Fortino wasn't able to convert on that takedown attempt here.
Both wrestlers seem to have a similar style, looking for that shock, looking for that single, looking for that angle where they can attack and be assertive. Good job peeling the wrist into that single leg. Right up. And looking to secure the two.
No points awarded yet, as Fortino's doing a great job of staying in the tripod position, but unable to stay up, and Saunders will go up 4-0. Again, looking to work on his gut wrench series here on the ground.
Yep, he's sinking in those legs, his hooks, and he's going to go for this high gut position. This would be the third time we've seen it this evening.
With that high gut positioning, Fortino had his lower end up higher than his head, so that gave Garrett the advantage there, but he wasn't able to convert on it. But again, a great try here. Nice little pass there by Garrett, trying to get the underhook. Fortino seems to be almost waiting for a shot here as Garrett takes it for a low ankle.
The time went out, so we'll have to see what the referee awards.
No points there awarded. That's a close call on the scramble, though. Lots of action, exciting first period of this match.
We're going to take this time to thank 49 North Wrestling for giving us this opportunity to live stream this type of talent across Canada. They're a great sponsor for this event, and it's a privilege to be able to talk for them. And the men are back.
Nice shot attempt here right off the bat here for Fortino. As he's down 6-0, he gets to his own low ankle shot, but Saunders able to defend as he's flattening out Fortino, looking to get him down here. But Fortino, great scramble. Saunders, man, my goodness, these guys are scrappy. I love it.
This is 57-kilo wrestling. Continuous movement.
You're never going to see any low-scoring matches in these kind of weight classes. Like, it's just all action, high intensity, such a flurry of motions. It's incredible. I love watching these guys.
Yeah, and regardless of the score, you're going to see tons of scrambles throughout these positions. You're going to see them continually working and advancing each position. Having the balance between offensive and defensive is crucial in this tight situation.
Again, a nice shot from Fortino, taking Sanders right to his butt. No points awarded yet. 2 points now given as Garrett put his arm back to reach that third point of contact.
He had a great setup there, Nick. He had a nice hard club and then dove right low to the legs.
And he's got Saunders in trouble here. He's got his legs trapped. The action goes out of bounds, but if he'd kept that in bounds, he had the legs tied up, and it could have been interesting.
Again, the ref is being super adamant on the safety as it's a raised stage and not very much mat space. 1 minute and 47 seconds left. We're going to really see these guys turn it on now and continue to like pressure each other and hand fight and continue to be active and look for their dominating positions. Nice scramble.
No, again, no points awarded yet on that flurry of motion. Sanders in the advantage position, and he's able to jump behind and be able to get the 2-point takedown right before they go to bounds. Both coaches giving advice to their athletes on the walk back to the center. Great coaches in both corners from McMaster and Brock.
Great sprawl by Garrett. Calder continuing to yell more, more, more. He's always adamant to make sure his wrestler just keeps going, and regardless of the score, to keep advancing.
Start him.
Score now 10-2 with less than a minute remaining in the match. Sanders locked on the leg right and transitions into a gut wrench, and he'll get his final 2 points, securing a technical superiority with a score of 12-2.
That was a great demonstration of simple technical wrestling.
Good job, Garrett.
Your winner, Garrett Saunders.
Good.
We're now going to the second match, which is the 86 kilo bout. Howard Moffitt against Max Budgie from Brock University.
I want to give a shout out to Skintertit, the guys who make these singlets. They look phenomenal. It's really cool to be able to see a local business like that be able to be environmentally conscious in the production of their products and to create such good-looking products for an event such as this. My hat's off to them.
And his opponent, representing Brock University, Max Budgie.
For Brock University, we have Max Budgie. And for McMaster University, we have Howard Moffitt. 86 kilograms.
Right away, Max taking a deep underhook, but Moffitt trying to get his own fireman off of it.
He's doing a good job by keeping his head underneath his body.
An aggressive start right off the get-go here from Max Budgie. He's able to counter a shot from Moffitt, and the action will go out of bounds, still scoreless, as both wrestlers weren't on their feet. Max is known for having a relentless described style in our wrestling room. Wouldn't you agree, Richard?
I do agree. Whenever I go with him, one thing I always have to watch out for is his heavy hands. He is very consistent with it.
And speaking of heavy hands, Moffitt delivering some heavy hands of his own as he snapped down Budgie to the mat. Missed throw here, given to the McMaster athlete. Max Budgie is a former judo and track athlete, so look to see some throw attempts here potentially from him. He's very lanky, but it's great for throws. Gets his hips underneath him, but he's got himself in predicament right now, and he'll go out of bounds. 2 points now awarded for Moffitt. One note that should also be mentioned is that Max Budgie wrestled Kyle Dake in Spain earlier this past year. And Dake, who went unscored on at the World Championships, got scored on by Max. So that's a great thing. Boom. And a beautiful throw there by Budgie. There's that judo background coming to play. Moffat fighting hard to get off his back. Awesome, awesome throw. Love to see that.
That's something you have to be really aware of when you're facing Max, is you can't take his upper body skills lightly. He is very, very good at leg trips as well.
Max was a little low there on his leg lace, but it was a good attempt. Moffat doing a good job of defending it. Moffat looking to go to a 2-on-1 here to create some more offense of his own. There we go. Moffat in deep on a lower leg.
Give him the hips.
Moffat's looking for an elbow roll here, and he might be able to get it. No exposure yet given, but he's got Max in a position, and he'll get 2 points for that takedown. A nice scramble to see from these bigger guys. Howard looking for his own gut wrench. You can see he's got a locked on a leg right series, but Max doing a great job on the bottom, being able to defend. He's got his left elbow posted out hard, so he's not able to go over that point.
Being a fan of leg ride series, Howard unfortunately had his leg a little bit too low, closer to his knee, where the power is really minimized down there. The higher you bring it up, the more intense it will be.
Lots of pressure here again by Budgie as he forces the action to the out of balance situation, and Howard Moffat taking in another 2 points and also taking the lead, 6-4. The action going out of bounds, no points awarded there on that scramble.
.11 seconds left in the round.
Max Budgie taking those double underhooks. Very dangerous to be in a position with him like that. Again, with that judo background. Not able to convert before time expired going into the second period. Here we see both athletes getting some advice from their coaches.
Bout sponsor, Locker Room Loggers. Locker Room Loggers is 4.2%. That is all natural with no preservatives or additional additives. That is a cold filtered, providing a smooth, clean, and refreshing taste.
There you go. Brock's Max Budgie trailing here at the beginning of the second period by a score of 6-4. Again, he's looking to be very aggressive off the start, looking for a leg trip here potentially. He's got to be careful because if Howard Moffat's able to lock that upper body positioning up, he can get a grapevine throw here, but he unlocks his legs and nullifies that move.
Max was doing a really good job by hiking the underhook. Oh.
Moffat now extending his lead 8-4 with a nice counter to that move. And a sweet shot right off the bat. You got to be ready for those shots. Max doing a good job, though, putting a ton of pressure on his head, trying to keep his weight on the ground.
Howard's doing a great job by staying with the leg and not allowing Max to escape.
Good job by Max being able to get his hip pressure now on Moffat. He's trying to get his hips back, loosening the grip that Moffat has on his leg. He's got a tight grip on the ankle. He's able to leverage that and try to get it behind, but to his credit, Moffat's not letting go. That's a strong kid down there.
Max needed to slide back to extend his arm a little bit more, add more pressure on the shoulder, and it would have made Moffat release his leg. Yeah. Max attempting to throw once again.
1 point award for step out there for Budgie. Trailing by 3 now. Less than 2 minutes to go. Or sorry, minute and a half to go. Low shot attempt here from Moffat. Budgie able to get it back. And same attempt here. Moffat goes for a fireman's. No points given as none exposure. We'll see what the refs decide here on terms of points. 4 points is awarded for Moffitt on the out-of-bounds takedown. Very impressive lift there. Another 2 points here. 9-point lead here for Howard Moffitt of McMaster.
If Moffitt scores one more point, he wins from a technical superiority.
Max Budgie's got to look to make some motions here as he barrels towards our end of the mat, making me a little bit nervous. But again, he's going around that waist. He's got to sink his hips in. He keeps on going. He keeps stepping around the body. It'd be interesting for him to step in front, and that way he could really sink his hips in. But if he can get behind here and go for a high amplitude move, that would be great. But he's running out of time here as he opts out to just go for a single 2-point move.
If he can manage to get his cross ankle, he could.
Max has got to show some urgency on top here. He's trailing by 7 points. Less than 20 seconds to go in the match. Again, love these high-scoring matches that we're seeing here at this Parabellum event.
Both wrestlers are still showing a lot of energy.
Another throw attempt here from Budgie. And 1 point will be awarded for making Howard Moffitt's foot step out.
7 seconds remaining.
Max Budgie, a great match here from McMaster's Howard Moffitt as he's able to best Brock's Max Budgie 14-8. Awesome high-scoring match. Lots of action from both athletes. And now we have the dual meet tied up 1 apiece.
Wrestling at 61 kilos, representing McMaster, Kais Alcalde. Out of the blue corner, representing Brock University, Ligrit Sidiku. Your winner representing Brock University, Ligrid Sadiku. Our next match will be wrestled at 63 kilos. Wrestling out of the red corner and representing McMaster, Isla Mayali. Her opponent representing Brock University and wrestling out of the blue corner, Julie Steffler.
In this women's 63 kilo match, we'll see Julie Steffler from Brock facing off against Aliyah Mahali from McMaster. Steffler pushing the pace very early on. You can see the difference in stance here was very crucial in that initial get-go. As Steffler's able to get into the legs, and for safety reasons, they stop it early. Steffler getting a 1-0 lead early on. But right off the bat, you get a shot here from Mahali.
They're taking no time to get added.
I like seeing this kind of action early on in matches. Sometimes you see these matches where wrestlers will kind of feel each other out and be a little too tentative, but not these two athletes. They're going at it right away. Again, another shot here by Aliyah Mahali.
They're wasting no time.
Look for Steffler here to look for a go behind. She's secured the ankle, and she's now cranked Molly into a nip position where she's gotten behind, and she's now locked up a trap arm as well. Or sorry, a chicken wing, I should say. And she looks to step over for a pin. And she's got it. That was a nice transition there from a chicken wing into the pin as she stepped over the head, securing the shoulders to the mat for the pin.
Round of applause for your winner, Julie Steffler.
An impressive win there for Steffler in the first minute, the first 50 seconds of the match. So that now has Brock going up 2-1 in this dual meet series. Sorry, 3-1. My apologies.
Our next match at 63 kilos, wrestling out of the red corner and representing McMaster University, Simi Gioba. And her opponent, wrestling out of the blue corner and representing Brock University, Jess Tillman.
see if they figured each other out.
Coach Calder from Brock heeding Tillman's to maintain her stance because, you know, she's worried about some possible athletic maneuvers here coming out of the McMaster athlete. Lots of hand fighting here early on, though, as Simi looks to get on a overtie here.
Stance will be crucial in this match. Both wrestlers are very tall for the 63 kilo weight class.
A nice shuck by attempt here by Simi. Tillman's doing a great job of staying on her feet and transitioning, but able to pick up a single leg here is Simi, and she'll take it down for 2 points. We'll see what she can do on the ground here. She's looking to lock on a cross ankle.
Tillman's look to sit up to take that threat away. Now she just has to be wary of the gut wrench.
Tillman's doing a good job there. She saw the transition from cross ankle to gut wrench, and she was able to adjust herself accordingly. No points scored on the ground.
Good wrist control by both athletes here. Trying to fight to get a better position up higher on the body. McMaster coach Ahmed Shimeya saying active with your hands and keep going.
Nice shot attempt here from Tillman's. Even though she's not able to convert, she's still coming up into her base, solid positioning. That's a solid risk-reward scenario there. Most athletes you'll see sometimes when they take those kind of singles, they'll get extended, and it gives the advantage to the person that they took the shot on. But Tillman's did a good job there of being able to reposture and come back to a neutral situation.
Exactly, Nick. And we've seen that a lot this night. That's really a demonstration of what wrestling is. The continuation from each position, the balance between offensive and defensive. Although low scoring, this has not been unimpressive by any means.
Simi's now taking a solid control here of a 2-on-1 as they go to a potential danger position on the zone. But Tillman's doing a good job circling in and getting herself out of that 2-on-1 and trying to fight inside on this control.
Tillman's did a great job by putting her head position in the proper place to ensure that it was not threatening.
And a throw attempt there from Tillman. She just needs to step her hips in a little bit more and really commit to that. That's what you got to see with these throws. It's an all or none kind of principle. You can't half work it. You got to go for it. So she was in a position to score there, wasn't able to do it. So let's see what she's able to do with 30 seconds going into this, or remaining, in this period.
It's awesome to see you pick up on all the throw offensive abilities, Nick, as you have a strong background in judo.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but it comes back every once in a while. But it's always really, I really personally enjoy seeing athletes throw in this sport because you can see some magnificent throws. In judo, you have the gi, you're able to grab onto and be able to throw things differently. But in wrestling, you can modify those grips and transition to different kind of throws. So it's really cool to see how some athletes transition into these attacks. Now going into the break, we got Simi with still a 2-0 lead on Jess Tillman from Brock.
This would make things interesting with the dual meet. We have 3-1 right now for Brock University. Let's see if Jaoba could bring this to a 2-3 and make it closer for her team to catch up. Jess Tillman back and ready into the center, wasting no time. Tough with the hands, both of them.
There we go. Quick shot right off there by Simi. Tillman's doing a good job clearing her hands and trying to get to her own offensive maneuver as she takes a shot. Jess doing a good job off that wrist control. She's trying to move it and create those angles, which is what you need to see. Simi is a very athletic wrestler, and she hasn't been able so far to be able to score on these straightforward attacks. She's going to have to look to create those angles off 2-on-1, off the wrist series to try to get an angle and get the advantage on her opponent.
Exactly.
There you go. Right off the bat, another shot.
Both wrestlers have great kinesthetic awareness. Their ability to move and fight from each position. Wow, what a scramble we have here tonight. No points there as they went out of bounds on that scramble. It was a close call, but
Both these wrestlers are going to have to be careful as we get on to the later stages of this match. Fatigue starts to set in a little bit, and you see the stances start to come a little bit higher. So we'll see how that plays in, if any wrestlers can get off a quick attack here. Tillmans takes a shot, but unable to convert on it again. She's not able to solidify the leg, and Simi's able to get her legs back every single time so far. So she's going to have to be able to find something to be able to get an offensive attack in deep where she can convert and get a takedown.
Exactly. For just to keep her posture and hit the leg with substance, just like this.
And Simi is now able to take her advantage off of Tillman's shot as she gets her go behind, taking a lead of 4-1.
That was a close call. It could have been a step out for 1 or go behind for 2.
Tillman's again looking to come off that 2-1, and there she does. She gets a good angle there, but Simi's able to get her hips back in front of her. Watch for Tillman's go for a throw here, potentially. But Simi will counter and get 4 points of her own as the action goes out of bounds, taking an 8-1 lead now with less than a minute to go in this 63-kilo action.
8-1 score right now, although that is not how I believe a reflection of this match. Both girls have been wrestling awesome and scrambling out of each position. Great shuck there. She secures the 2. It would have been a lot easier on herself if she grabbed the hip, but she had the ability to continue to move and continue to use her strength and her abilities and her speed to secure that 2. Calder reminding Jess to get onto the offense, and here she goes with a shot attempt.
She's got to drive with those feet from that position. Simi doing a good job of getting her hips behind. But Tillman's now in potential to score here, and she does. She converts on the scramble, going right into a gut wrench. She's got to get her hips underneath her, though. She transitions now off into a leg ride series. Girls are so flexible, though, so we'll see what happens here. You know, they fold into pretzels. I don't understand. As a guy, I'd break in half these situations, so...
And it will not be enough. It will be 10-3 for Simi Joyoba from McMaster University, bringing this dual meet to 2-3.
Your winner, Simi Gioba. Our next match will take place at 86 kilos. Representing McMaster and wrestling out of the red corner, Amin Agamirian. His opponent representing Brock University and wrestling out of the blue corner, Tejveer Bol.
Both of them kind of just feeling each other out right now, but still very active with their hands, trying to get the advantage here. That's the difference you'll see with the bigger guys is the hands start flying, they're heavier, so you'll hear the thuds on them sometimes and you think, holy smokes, this gotta hurt.
Sometimes they do hurt, but
I believe it.
in the match, in the moment, I don't think you feel them too much.
Look for Tejveer here to try to get off on either a 2-on-1 series or an underhook. Again, he's looking for that underhook on the left-hand side here. And the referee, Adam Baxter, here will warn Amin Agamarian up to get some action going here with his first warning of the match. Again, for all you don't know at home, if you get 2 warnings, you get put on a passivity clock for 30 seconds. So we'll see if he can up his intensity here to the referee's standard. And Amin, you got to think he's got a lot of experience in his corner here with Ahmed Shmia, who also wrestles at the same weight class of 86 kilos. So to be in university and be able to train with your coach of such a high caliber level, that's a huge advantage for a university level athlete.
And for many of you who cannot tell from the video, there's actually a pretty big height difference between the two. Tejveer being about 6'3", and Aman being probably around 5'8" or so. Their center of gravity is very different.
The action moving its way to the zone with just over a minute remaining in this first round. Oh, apparently Amin was on the shot clock, and I didn't know that. So Tejveer has now got 1 point. But he can't rest on that 1 point. This action it's very fast paced here, so he's got to keep his intensity going as well. And now Tejveer gets warned for his first passivity warning. Caller reminding Tejveer to capitalize on his movements there. As soon as Agamarian gets down into the lower base, that's an advantage for a Brock wrestler to take a front headlock position, but he'll have to see if he can capitalize on a different attempt. Low shot here from Tej.
Tejveer is really well known for his low ankle shots, but like I said earlier, the height difference, it does make it a lot different when you go for the legs.
Less than 10 to go here in the first period. Tejveer Bull from Brock leading 1-0. And like Richard was saying, Tej with that height advantage, he's got these really good low ankle shots, and you could see him trying to get a couple of those off right off the bat there, but he's going to have to try to piece it together with some better hand fighting, maybe some better setups, and we'll see if he can convert on those low attempts.
And something Amin can capitalize on is if Tejveer takes a bad shot, he can stretch him out and go behind.
I noticed there in the break with both wrestlers, Tejveer a little bloodied in the lip. You can see the effect of those heavy hands these guys are throwing. It has an effect. It wears down on you. Might not be immediate. And again, look at that. A nice low shot here from Amin. But Tejveer is able to scramble out, but that was fast.
Tejveer was holding his knee after that shot. Not too sure if there's an injury
Another
going on
shot
there.
here from Amin. But Tej is doing a great job getting his balance and getting his back. Ahmed Shemaya, the McMaster coach, telling him Amin to get to his offense. But Tejveer is able to get in a good scramble situation there and take him down as they go out of bounds, going up 3-0.
That was a really good scramble out there.
And again, right off the bat, another shot here. Nice limp leg scramble out of there for Amin.
Wow.
You don't often see that at these low weights. And he's locked on a cross ankle here. Now, for everybody who knows wrestling, that's a potential match-ending move here. But Tejveer doing a great job of negating it and keeping the match still with a 3-2 lead. We've got some blood time here on the mat, so we got to get that cleaned up for health reasons. Don't know whose blood that could be. But great action there from bigger guys. I love seeing those scrambles. Tejveer was deep in that shot, and he got in deep, but Amin was able to limp leg out and spin around from behind.
he did a really good job by that. Amin did not waste any time. If you are able to react immediately without giving any second delays, you're able to create a pretty big scramble, and that's what Amin did right there.
All right, we got the blood all cleaned up here, and we're back in action 2 minutes ago here in the second period. Tesver still leading 3-2. He clears that elbow and gets in on a nice shot. 2 points, looking for a gut wrench, and he gets it out of bounds. There we go.
Really good transition right there. He wasted no time.
Should be 7 points for Tesver, so score should say 7-2. There we go, they change it now. You can hear the thuds of those hands. These guys are, yeah, they're throwing heavy hands here.
Very good movement for bigger guys.
Tesver continuing to cycle his hands, and that's so important. You can't get stagnant here, even with a 5-point lead. You know, Amin has proven how athletic he is in some of his positions, so you can't rest on your lead here. He's gonna have to keep on progressing. Calder warning Tesver to stay out of the zone as he circles back to the center of the mat. But Agamarian pressuring again. He's looking to get to that underhook as his coach, Amid, tells him to get to the log. And he does take a shot. Trying to leverage his arms back to be able to get his leg. And there he does. He does it.
Right now he's trying to get his gut wrench on. Tesver's got a really good gut wrench. He can actually go both ways. Very few wrestlers are able to do it.
Excellent defense there by Tesver, able to get his hips back and keep the pressure down to be able to straighten out his opponent. Nice scramble again as Tesver's able to step over top. Amin's in deep on his shot, but he's got to get his head up. If he's able to build his base back up and get his head up higher than his lower butt, then he'll be able to have a chance here. But Tesver's doing a good job, and the ref blows a wish to stop the action. But Tesver grabbed his ankle and was able to solidify being able to put his own hip pressure into that move.
Really good reaction.
Oof. Here you see that low shot again, but Amin counters with another low ankle shot too. So for big boys, these guys are shooting for ankles, and I like it. Amin's got to be careful here. Tesver's in a potential crotch throw, but he's doing a good job by negating Tesver. Oh, but he's able to do it. As time expires, what a match from these two athletes.
That was a fantastic match.
Your winner representing Brock University, Tesver Ball.
Really I'm sure we will. We could very well see that at the Ontario University Championships, which is just a couple weeks around the corner. Or tomorrow at the Brock Open held in St. Catharines at Brock University. Come and watch if you're in town. I know we have some athletes from New Brunswick that are coming to town. We usually have some out of province. Montreal will be there, so it's always a great event to see.
Our last match of the evening will take place at 74 kilos. Wrestling out of the red corner and representing McMaster University, Tristan Cato. Representing Brock University in wrestling out of the blue corner, Bobby Narwhal.
faster. Although Brock has already secured the win of the dual meet, this match is still on the line for the 74-kilo Luctator champion.
It'll be very interesting to see here. We have Tristan Cato, who is a Parabellum veteran. He wrestled Chris McIsaac last time. This event happened here in Oakville. And Cato's in deep on a shot here. No points confirmed yet. He's able to get Bobby down here. And he's looking to transition into a gut wrench right off the bat. Bobby doing a good job of elevating his hip and posting out his arm. It's not enough to stop the gut wrench. Cato going up 4-0 as he looks to go for a leg ride. But he could be very well setting up a gut wrench.
Cato did a good job there of disguising that gut wrench. He put on the leg ride and faked as if he was going to the right before sinking in deeper and whipping Bobby Narwhal over to the left side.
And that's what it takes at this level. To be able to get these high-level athletes to be able to get turned on the ground, you have to disguise your moves. It can't just be one simple move. You can't just go for a gut wrench. Exactly. And here we see Bobby feeding in some deep hips here as he tries to get the pressure off. Doing a good job here, posting off of his right leg. If Bobby's able to put his right leg a little bit further behind him and push off and drive, he might be able to bring his body across and get his hips back on Tristan Cato. No points yet, but Cato still in an advanced position. As I go back again to this tripod position, and Bobby gets his arm trapped here. This could be very dangerous, but he's doing a good job fighting it forward. Cato driving forward as well, though.
Bobby having great defense here. He had the arm secured, and that should have been an easy one for Cato. But Bobby Narwhal from Brock University kept fighting through that position to ensure he was not giving up another two.
We're seeing a lot of great transitions here from the ground from Tristan Cato, and it's really interesting to see the variety and the attacks that he's doing. It's not just the same thing over and over again. He's switching it up. He's making it unpredictable for Bobby to see what exactly he's being, what he's trying to score with.
Exactly, Nick. His diversity in his attacks and his ability to keep cycling his hands is why he's up 6-0 at this point in the match.
And he's able to re-penetrate again on a shot. He's getting deep in Bobby's leg. Bobby gets his hips back again, really forcing that crossface, trying to rip the grip off of his hands. Bobby's able to now get his hips back. He's not on the shoulders of Cato anymore, but he's not out of the woods yet, and the ref will blow the whistle, and they'll go up.
That position where you're sprawled out on someone, you have to just keep that pressure down and hope to break the grip.
Calder calling for action here from Bobby. He wants to see some offensive maneuvers here, as Bobby's been primarily on the defensive this entire match so far. And again, Cato's in on a shot. Bobby trying to grab for a chest lock here, but Cato gets in the deep. 2 points confirmed for the takedown. Bobby's got to look to be very careful here because one more turn could end the match for him.
You gotta go, Bobby. You gotta go. Come on.
With 22 seconds left. However, we have seen some events where individuals have turned that score around and come back for the win.
Referee warning both wrestlers here to stop grabbing fingers. It's not allowed here. There we go. We see some offense from Bobby, and he looks for a throw. No points given, but he continues to driving his opponent. He's going to be careful here for a body lock, and he's able to sit, and he gets the opponent out of bounds. So we'll see what the referee score this as. It should be 2 points for Bobby, and he makes it on the board right before the period ends. Nice to see some offensive here from Bobby as he transitioned there well from a throw into the leg.
Yeah, a great double into a throw, into another double to secure that 2 points. That continuation of wrestling is why Bobby was successful with that 2-point takedown. Cato looking winded at this point.
Yeah, it's tiring. Like you know exactly how hard these matches can be, and you're both fighting so hard. You both want it.
Bobby, come on, Bobby.
Exactly. This is a big match between these two. And if it lasts the next 3 minutes, we're in for a show, ladies and gentlemen.
Bobby's got to look to get back to his offense, as he showed at the very end of that round, how successful he can be with it when he does decide to go to it. Yeah. Narwhal here looking to come off of a 2-on-1 tie to create an angle here. Again, we've talked about in the past how important these angles are. These straight-on shots, they don't always work at this level. As Bobby does a straight-on shot here and tries to come up to an underhook. Yep. Narwhal really putting on the pressure here. He's got to be careful, though. And Cato steps out of bounds. 1 point here for Bobby, cutting the lead. Trailing by 5 now. Bobby's getting some momentum here going in himself. So
Bobby was signaling the crowd for some hype. Some wrestlers perform well under pressure, others crack. Bobby seems to love the attention, and this fight he's in.
Straight on shot here by Bobby. Cato counters in deep on the hips. Bobby's able to get his hips underneath him, though.
Wizard position as they go out of bounds, and no points are scored on the action. He's got to be careful, though, because Cato got him so deep on the hook there.
Both athletes looking a little tired here. Completely understandable.
The crowd tonight is hype. This is the last match of the evening, and everyone is excited about it. 1 minute and 37 seconds left.
You can start to see some more heavy feet here from both athletes, showing their tiredness levels.
This is such a physically demanding sport that you have to be ready for the whole 6 minutes, and these gentlemen are prepared for this evening.
Bobby's got just over a minute here to get something going. He can't be caught in these tie-ups. He's got to get his offense going, and this can't be coming from a tie-up on like a collar tie. He's got to get some sort of motion going here, Hannah.
Exactly, Nick. Cato right now, his best bet would be hold Bobby. That is a strategic move, is to hold him to ensure that he does not give up any points and to secure the 8-3 lead. Attempt throw there. Oh, and one ref calls it 2. We will see what the table decides.
And a 2 will be confirmed. The referee stating that Tristan Cato stopped Narwhal's momentum for the throw, thus making it a move of his own and not a slip throw, which would have seen him stand up and no points scored.
.36 seconds left. Let's see what Bobby has in his repertoire to pull out this evening. Is he going to go with the same attacks he was looking all evening, or is he going to switch it up? Regardless, we're about to see a big fight for the next 23 seconds.
Narwhal's doing a good job of pressuring in. He's really pressuring in, but he's got to create more offensive than just pressuring in. He's got to get to his angles or some sort of shot here. Referee's warning Cato for trying to make a more offensive match instead of running away. Narwhal change levels, out of bounds, and they're going to give a caution, potentially. Caution 1 to Tristan Cato. 3 cautions and you get DQ'd of a match. But within 5 seconds to go, I don't know what will happen here. There's another step out and another caution.
Another caution.
2 seconds. We'll see if Bobby can do this. Cato's got to stay in here tight. Bobby's got to throw it. He's got to throw it. And there we'll do it. Tristan Cato will hold on to take this one, 10-5. Despite winning this, McMaster loses a tight one to Brock. 3 matches. 5 matches to 2.
Your winner for McMaster, Tristan Cato. Congratulations to all our wrestlers tonight. Brock wins the dual meet, 19-11. Big round of applause for everyone we saw. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your support for the sport.